Hey everybody, it's Dan Sfera, www.theclinicaltrialsguru.com. I'm here with my fellow guru Don.
Hello everybody.
And we got an excellent question the other day from someone on Facebook. Once again, Facebook, the people on Facebook are interacting with us, and we appreciate that because it allows us to know what type of questions you guys have and helps us create these videos that we hope you guys find helpful. So the question was, I'm interested in joining a trial, and I don't know what the indication was for. They didn't mention it. What would you recommend? Would you recommend I enroll in a study at a large site or a smaller site? And I think that's an excellent question. So Don, what do you think?
Well, I think there's some pros and cons with both. I think that's what we're going to have to take a look at. I know for myself, I've worked for large sites and I've dealt with small sites as well. And like I said, there's some pros and cons with both. One of the differences I can see right from the start is that at a small site, things are a lot more personable than at a large site. A large site, you're not going to have an opportunity to meet the site director, the site manager, because they're just not involved with the patients. They're only involved in things on the back end, making sure that the coordinators and the doctors and everybody gets everything done. At a small site, it's a little different. You're going to have you have a chance for the site director to come out and be a little bit more hands-on because they're going to be assisting the coordinator. They may come out, and when you come out there as a person coming to participate in the study, may come out and introduce themselves and check on you to see if you're comfortable and if everything's okay. Something you may not get at a large site.
Yeah, that personal touch. I mean, South Coast Clinical Trials, we're 3 separate small sites, one in San Bernardino, one in the LA County, and one in Orange County. And at a larger site, you won't get that kind of personal touch that Don was talking about. I mean, you guys don't know this, but I drive study participants frequently to our office, and Don does the same here in San Bernardino. So at a larger site, you're never going to see like the site directors driving people around. They usually have drivers to pick you up, or they'll send a taxi cab. So we actually get to know you as people, and at a smaller site, you won't necessarily be treated as a number. You'll be they'll know who you are, and I've had study participants actually tell me, without mentioning names, that they've done studies at some of the bigger sites, and they said, I actually prefer your site because over there they just treat me like a number. And here I'm a person. And
then that's typically the case. Is back to what we used to talk about, is getting treated like with the lab coat sort of perspective. At some of the larger sites, not that the small sites aren't professionals, most of them are, but they're just a little bit more relaxed. They're not on edge as much. They have a tendency to, like I said, be a little bit more personable and a little bit more even relaxed in appearance. Larger sites, sometimes people might be walking around in white lab coats, and not that they're trying to impress you, but that might be the standard that the larger site is trying to put across, is that we are a scientific center. And yes, we're all scientific centers, but we don't need to do that. There are some pros to larger sites. Some larger sites, I'm not saying all, and I'm not saying this is a general rule, but sometimes the larger sites may have more funds where they might be able to pay a little bit more. Sometimes. But that's not all the time. Sometimes the smaller sites are just as competitive in reimbursement. That's something I can probably see that might be different as far as for the patient end. I mean, there's some other aspects that it might be beneficial for a large site over a small site, and vice versa.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little biased for the small sites, but the larger sites, if I had to say that they had any advantage, would be, they try to portray themselves as more academic.
Exactly.
It's okay, but the biggest probably advantage for the study participant would be that they probably have more studies to choose from.
Yeah, exactly.
So at a smaller site, you may have like 2 studies to choose from for your particular indication.
That's a good point.
At a larger site, you may have like 10.
Right. That's an excellent point, Dan. Yeah. So those are some of, I think, the common differences between the two. And again, and I personally prefer a smaller site because of the I like to get to know the people that I'm talking to and that I'm dealing with. If they're not comfortable with them, if they're not open with me, it doesn't matter whether it's a clinical site or what I'm doing. I'm not comfortable with them. So,
So I hope that helps, and we love getting more of your questions so that we can provide good content for you guys. This is Dan and Don signing off. www.theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Thanks a lot.
thank you.